It's entirely possible, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to sugarcoat this because you get a jury there. If they're going to pick a jury that I know they're having lots of problems. A couple of jurors got tossed today because, they got their issue. I mean, they're going to have trouble, believe me, with this jury. And I know that nobody's going to be happy, but this is disturbing to me because I came across this clip of a woman who I'm guessing you probably don't watch. I'm doing this for you, okay? That's part of the benefit here. Joy Reid over on MSNBC, and what she had to say about this particular case and how she thought that New Yorkers, and she made this, of course, racial because this is the go-to place, right? I mean, it's just really despicable, pathetic, disgusting kind of rhetoric. But this is what she did, and I want you to hear it because you got to know what we're up against right now. This is Joy Reid on MSNBC talking about how this jury of New Yorkers is going to take him down. Watch.
Rikers is not.
And let me just bring Joy into that as well, because we've discussed this many times. A lot of the largest prison systems in America for incarceration are housing people who are awaiting trial, as Chris alluded to, Joy.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that Alvin Bragg has actually done that a lot of progressives have been happy about is a lot of those prisons are also housing, they're the new housing for the mentally ill. Rather than actually dealing with issues of mental illness in our cities, we're using prison and jail for that. But to the point that you all were just making, I mean, one of my favorite facts about one of Donald Trump's lawyers, Susan Michelis, is that one of her former clients was the notorious New York mobster Benny Eggs. And I will just assume and presume that old Benny Eggs was not attacking the judge. So Donald Trump is at this point outdoing actual mobsters in his attacks on the judge's families, the daughter, and he's doing it to the point that Lawrence made. He knows he will never spend a day, a second, a moment in prison. But for me, there is something wonderfully poetic about the fact that despite the fact that even if convicted, he's not going to go to prison, the first person to actually criminally prosecute Donald Trump is a black Harvard grad, the very kind of person that his former staff, the people who worked for him, Stephen Miller, et cetera, want to never be at Harvard Law School. But he was. And he came out and graduated, and he's prosecuting you, Donald. And a black woman is doing that same exact thing in Georgia. And a black woman forced you to pay a $175 million fine that's out now also in question because the people who put it up, that might not be legit. Donald Trump is being held to account by the very multicultural, multiracial democracy that he's trying to dismantle. And for me, there's something poetic and actually wonderful about that. It says something good about our country that we're still capable of having that happen. Go DEI. My DEIs are bringing it home on today.
Go DEI? Did you guys hear that? I'm just looking at your reactions. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a sad moment in time. You like to think that we in the United States of America have gotten away from all that. That we're bigger than that, we're better than that, that we actually value people for people, that we are a meritocracy, that we're living up to the spirit and faith of Martin Luther King Jr. And then you hear a woman like that say such horrid things and reduce everything to color. That's a problem. It's a huge problem.